Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Easter 2023, the album. Dad, shimmy shimmy. AF. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Oh, Jaclyn, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Jaclyn. Hey, Jaclyn. Let me just tell you something, okay? Let me just tell you something. It has been so cold in Indianapolis. How cold is it? Burr. I said it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. Beast! How are you guys doing? Okay, speaking of Easter, since I said my album is going to be released Easter of 2023, I did this intro the other day, and I sang Peter Cottontail, and I talked about it, my album being released Easter of 2023. The date, I know, is forever changing. Listen, Linda, listen, okay? I'm working with my production team. I'm working with all of my employees. I have many employees like Jaclyn Hill, okay? I'm working with my production team. I am, working with my producer, and it constantly changes. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this album it's supposed to be coming out for years now, but hopefully it will be coming out on Easter of 2023. And the first single that I will be releasing is the rock version of Peter Cottontail. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Beast! So anyway, I have to tell you what's so funny though. I did that intro in a video the other day, and I got this long comment from somebody that was obviously very offended that I said that. And they said, just so you know, Easter is actually not even in the Bible. And they were trying to educate me about all this kind of stuff. And I was like, this is actually a video about Jeffree Star. But okay, thank you for the education, and I'm glad that I was able to attend Sunday school today. So anyway, how are you guys doing today? Today, we're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill. I'm very tired today. I'm very tired because I went to bed early last night, and then I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I watched several episodes of La Brea, and I got caught up, and then I went to bed, and then I slept in, and today I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. So when you're tired and it's a Saturday and it's freezing cold outside, why not watch a 40-minute Jaclyn Hill get ready delusional video? That's what I did. Okay, so we're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill. For my timestamper out there, she loves me so much. She timestamps all of my videos. You can timestamp this video at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Here we go. So, for those of you that didn't know, Jaclyn Hill, she posted a video, I believe yesterday, and the video is called Let's Chat. And it is currently sitting at 155,000 views, which is one of Jaclyn's least viewed videos ever, right? So the fact that she has come out, let's see, the last video that she posted, I believe, was 2 months ago, life update and cleaning out my pantry. And that video is sitting at 343,000 views. And the video before that was 3 months ago. That was for Amazon favorites, okay? That video should also be titled, I Need Some Money. So here's all of my Amazon links underneath there. That video is sitting at 498,000 views. And then the video before that was the introduction of her Cozy brand. And that was, hold on a second, 4 months ago. And that's sitting at 393,000 views. So Jaclyn is getting about 200 to 400,000 views per video, which for, what she was getting before is not good. And I think it's multifaceted. I think it's because Jaclyn has been caught up in so much drama, and she continues to be caught up in all this drama, And I said in a video that I did about a month ago, I said listen, Linda, listen, this was before Jeffree Star came out of the woodwork. This was before the Michaela Nogueira thing. I said, Jaclyn would be smart. This is when she was coming for drama channels, if you remember that. I said, Jaclyn would be smart if she just zipped it and shut her mouth and went to bed, because she's stirring up all this drama, and there's not a lot going on right now, so people are really focusing on what Jaclyn is doing. Well, Jaclyn doesn't care, because Jaclyn thinks she's above it all, okay? And so Jaclyn continued to push the drama and push the drama and push the drama and push the drama. What was interesting to me in watching this 40-minute video with her was that she has the inability to just get in a video and just do a get ready with me, which is really what built her career to begin with, is that people really liked these get readies with me where, you know, and I sat there and I watched the whole thing. I watched all 40 minutes of it. And, you know, when she's doing the makeup, and she's kind of just talking about this or talking about that, you know, I mean, having watched, I'm not a makeup expert, you know, but having watched many, makeup gurus and things, beauty gurus through the years and stuff like that, when she's doing a get ready with me, there is something that is very relatable, because she kind of just goes in like she's talking to her friend and telling a friend how to do a look, right? How to do this makeup. And I have had a lot of girlfriends through the years that don't necessarily watch a lot of beauty influencers on YouTube, but they did know who Jaclyn Hill was because they grew up watching Jaclyn Hill and they liked her makeup tutorials and things like that. So for me, it's interesting that Jaclyn she just has the inability to get in a video, and all she had to do was be non-problematic, not say anything, and just come out and do this makeup tutorial. And it would be one step in the right direction of getting her career back, especially since she alludes to the fact that she could just sell all her companies and just be an influencer. Well, you can't really sell all your companies and just be an influencer when you're only putting out one video every 2 months. Like, that's not going to pay the bills for Jaclyn Hill, and I think we know that. So anyway, I went in and I watched this video because I was getting a lot of messages about it. I had seen a lot of clips online. Jen Loves Reviews put a lot of clips up of the problematic parts of this video. So, but I wanted to go in and I wanted to watch it myself and see the things that she said. So, I went in and I made a lot of notes. I have my notes right here, and I'm going to refer to them as I go through this video. And I'm just going to take you guys through the video, and I'm just going to tell you the things that I saw in there, or the things that stood out to me, okay? So the first thing is that Jaclyn comes back and she says that she's doing this makeup tutorial, okay? And she said that this video was filmed on President's Day. Now, the reason why I think it's important that she said this video is filmed on President's Day and her team and her employees aren't around and things like that is that when we go back, because, you know, often when you see these videos go up, we don't know if that video was filmed a month before or 2 months before or whatever. But she said she filmed it on President's Day, okay? So any facts that come out after the fact of making this video, let's say if court hearings, documents come out 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now about Jaclyn Cosmetics or anything like that, she would be in the know right now when she made this video. So for her to come out and say, I made this video on President's Day, and her to say all of these things, like she alludes to my brand, she says my brand, I mean probably 8 times in this video, referring to Jaclyn Cosmetics, which I think at this point we know it's not her brand, allegedly, and I'm going to tell you guys about that in just a second. So if it comes out later that it really isn't her brand, and that's proven in a court documents, I mean, there are all these documents that are court documents, which I don't know, she says something about like, you can read all the documents you want, but you don't know the truth behind the scenes. Well, they're court documents, Jaclyn, okay? It's not just like somebody, you know, scribbled in a coloring book and said, here's my document. I mean, they're court documents, right? And so for her to continue to come out and allude to the fact that she owns Jaclyn Cosmetics, and there's all these documents saying otherwise, is, to me, this is where I don't understand why she just doesn't come out in a video and address it and explain to people what's going on, because it would save her face down the road, and it would also allow her the opportunity to be authentic and genuine with her audience that has a lot of questions. In any post that she posts, there are tons of people that are asking, so what's going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics? Did you really own it? Is it really a family-owned business? Were you ever really the CEO? Like, a lot of people really want to know that, right? Now, I will tell you, I went into the comment sections of this video. It appears to be highly edited compared to her cozy get ready with me robe post that she just, her frying some bacon up in the skillet robe, or her I just got done doing it robe, okay? That post, she was leaving a lot of negative comments. Now, it was brought to my attention that the reason why she was probably leaving a lot of the negative comments up there was because it was driving traffic to that post. And that post was basically an ad, which it was, for her new robe launch. And so she wanted all the comments that she could get on that post. So she wasn't deleting comments. But on this video, what's interesting is they're all almost rather glowing comments, right? And so I think we know at this point with the cozy situation and, you know, people speculating about Jaclyn Cosmetics, especially in a video where she relies so heavily on saying that it's her brand. I can't believe there wouldn't be even a couple comments on there of people questioning it. So she's obviously going in and highly editing the comments on this video is all I can think. So anyway, she goes in and she says that she's coming back to do this makeup tutorial, and that this video was filmed on President's Day, which I think is important to remember, okay? She also goes in to say that she's not going to be selling you any products, which is interesting down the road because pretty much almost every product that she uses is either a Morphe product. She uses a couple Tom Ford products, but just a few. Almost every product that she uses is either her collaboration with Morphe or it's a Jaclyn Cosmetics product. And then at the end, she comes out in her Get Ready With Me robe and she shows it and says that she's launching it. So, you know, it's interesting to me when she says she's not like, you know, selling any products, and yet almost every product that you're using is a Jaclyn Cosmetics product, which I know a lot of people won't have an issue with, and they'll say, well, it is her brand, allegedly, so why would she not use her own products? Which I agree. I mean, I understand that, I agree. But, you know, there are a lot of beauty influencers out there that have their own brands that don't always just use their own brands, you know, that use a lot of other brands. And I think especially when you're doing like a makeup tutorial, you know, to use a lot of different brands to show people all that, I think, I don't know, I think that would be what people would want to see maybe. So anyway, she goes in to say she's not going to be selling you any products, okay? And then she keeps on going on and saying, from my brand, my brand, my brand, my brand, okay? So I wanted to go in here and I wanted to share something with you that Jen Loves Reviews actually posted on Twitter today. And this was like right before I was getting ready to watch the video. She posted and said on Twitter, in case you haven't seen these before, and she linked the two documents. You can go over to Jen Loves Reviews Twitter, and she has the two documents up, which are the actual court documents that show who held all of the positions through the years. I think it was like 2019, 2018, all the way through today, of like CEO and manager and all these positions and CFO and all these kind of things. And Jaclyn never held any of these positions. She never held the position of CEO in that entire duration. So for her to come out and say that she's the CEO of a brand that now has court documents that show that she was never the CEO of it, allegedly, is very, very interesting, okay? And so Jen says, in case you haven't seen these before, this is the proof that Jaclyn Cosmetics is not Jaclyn's brand. She is not owner. She is not CEO. She is not a shareholder. She is a collaborator who licensed her name for use. So underneath there it says collaborator licensor, okay? She receives royalties and owns 0% of the brand. Now, the reason why this is important, okay, is because when you're watching the video, Jaclyn goes in and constantly is referring to products of hers. And she says, my brand this, from my brand that, my brand that or this product that I created. She constantly is saying it throughout the entire video, right? And it's like, for me, you know, and she gets kind of a little heated at the end, and I will talk about this in just a second, about it's really nobody else's business what happens. It's business, and she doesn't owe anybody explanations. I'll talk about that in a second. But what's interesting to me is she knows the entire world is talking about this. Okay, she knows the entire world has seen these documents. She comes out and says there's no truth to these documents. Well, get in a video and address it then, girl. It's your business. You had no problem sitting in a video, okay, and selling us all your business. So was it not our business to know what was going on when you were saying it was a family-owned business? Should we not have cared then? Was it not our business to know that you had worked at the MAC counter and worked your way up through? You know, this is the thing. They always want to sell us on the story and say, you know, oh, we really want you involved in my life. I'm so thankful for you for getting me here. She hasn't really said that. But, you know, all of that, right? But then all of a sudden when they're under scrutiny or criticism, it's all of a sudden no longer our business to know. And I just don't believe that. You know, and there are a lot of people that in my comment sections will say it's not the consumer's business to know how these businesses are run. I don't agree with that. I just don't. If I'm going to put money in the pocket of a business, I absolutely think I have a right to know how that person's business practices is being run. I really do, okay? And I know that there are a lot of people that don't agree with that and whatever, but in 2023, I think with a lot of scandals that have happened with businesses outside of the beauty industry, I think we do to some degree, we vote with our belief systems and how people handle situations, and we see that all the time, you know? So anyway, so then she shows these two documents on there where it shows that Jaclyn is the collaborator and licensor of her name and that she just receives royalties as a result of that. And these documents also go in to show that she's never held the title of CEO or CFO or anything like that, okay? So, underneath her video, it also says, shop my cosmetics brand here. And I think that's interesting that she still has that up under there, right? Then she brings up the name Jaclyn Hill, and she kind of jokes about it, about how she used to, like, sell all these products, and she's like, I kind of like that, it's kind of cute, it's kind of funny, and I'm like, okay, for years you said we were bullying you when you came out, and you said, when we would say Jaclyn Hill, because she was, like, shilling out these products, right? And that, you didn't like that, and that was, we were bullying you, but now you want to change it and say you think it's cute all of a sudden. So what is it? I'm confused. Were people bullying you or were people not bullying you? And this is where another reason where I feel like she's totally inauthentic. It's like, get in a video if you want to say that you're bullied and that you are a victim and say, I'm really tired of how people treat me and whatever, which she does say at one point about being on the internet and how hard it is. Of course, she's going to say that. She says it all the time. You know, she can't not say that. So then she goes in and she's talking about this brush, okay? And she laughs. She's like holding up this brush and she's trying to read the name of it. And she laughs and she says, at least it's trademarked. And I'm like, oh God. And I got sent this clip by so many people because people are saying that basically what she's doing is she's alluding to Kaylin Nicholson, who had the brand Cozy before Jaclyn Hill. And, you know, Kaylin did not trademark the name Cozy. And that Jaclyn is now coming out and she's making a joke of it, okay? And this is where I say, I don't understand why she just can't get in a video. And everybody wants to say, Jaclyn's such a nice person, Jaclyn this, Jaclyn that, whatever. No, okay? Jaclyn never had to make that comment. She could have just gone through, and this is where you can see there's no empathy or sympathy for a person. Okay, let's just say that Kaylin should have trademarked her name. She probably should have. I agree with that, okay? She should have taken care of her business and covered her business, right? Does that mean that Jaclyn has the right to come out and be like, I mean, she's never addressed it, right? To come out in a video and make such a snide, snarky remark about it, and be like, well, I guess she should have, you know, at least it's trademarked. You know, like, why would you make such a bitchy comment like that? It's really rude. And those are the moments where you really see who Jaclyn Hill is behind the scenes. Like, that's where you really see who she is behind the scenes, you know? Okay, hold on, I got so many points. So then she goes on and she talks about how the lipsticks were so hard for her and that she's still in therapy and blah, 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 whatever. And that she turned to food and alcohol and then she started Jaclyn's journey. Now, you know, I have not addressed this in making videos over here, but I just want to say, I do think it's interesting that she brought her audience in for all of that. And then she started Jaclyn's journey, and then she just stopped Jaclyn's journey. She didn't push it any further because she didn't like the fact that her audience was concerned about her. Like, when I went back and I was covering that, and there were so many people in her audience that were, and this is where you can tell that Jaclyn really can't handle the truth of people saying things to her. There were so many people that were saying things like, Jaclyn, I'm really worried about you. Jaclyn, I'm really concerned about you, blah, 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 whatever. And then Jaclyn would show on Instagram stories her going to Miami and partying it up, but she didn't want anybody saying anything to her, right? And so she just stopped talking about it. And yet she continues to put up all these Instagram stories and whatever, but she stopped Jaclyn's journey. And so it's like, you pulled all these people in to be concerned about you and to be worried about you, okay? And then you just stopped it. So do you not want people worried about you? Like, I'm confused. You don't want anybody to have any say or anything whatsoever. Well, that's having a platform on YouTube. You should know that by now, right? Then she goes on to say that she could sell, this was such a laughable moment for me. She said, you know, I could just sell all of my companies and then I could just do makeup videos. And I'm like, Okay, girl. Now, you can only film one video every 2 months, and you can hardly sit down and get through a get ready with me video or a makeup tutorial without shading everybody in the world that you've come in contact with in the last 2 months, okay? And making all these snarky remarks and talking about cancel culture and talking about your business and misleading people and getting people to wonder if you're still lying. You can't even do that. And yet you're going to sell all your businesses and you're just going to come out and start doing makeup videos. I have to tell you what it made me wonder was, just from outside my conspiracy speculation, it made me wonder if she's getting ready to, I mean, she already knows Jaclyn Cosmetics is under Forma Brands and they're filing bankruptcy. So we don't know what's happening with Jaclyn Cosmetics yet, right? I mean, it might go on and thrive and they might find, you know, new investors and whatever, okay? We don't know what's going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics yet. But I don't think she can continue to say for very long that she's the owner and it's her brand and she came up with all this kind of stuff when she's just the face of it. And we know that now. Okay, there are legal documents that are saying that she's a collaborator and that she licensed her name. So the fact that she comes out in a video and lies and says, allegedly lies, but I mean, it looks that way, and says that she's the owner and she came up with all this kind of stuff, whatever. But then when she says this and she says, I could just sell all my businesses, like Cozy and like Jaclyn Roxanne, the jewelry line, it almost makes me kind of wonder, like, is Cozy not doing that well? Is Jaclyn Roxanne not doing that well? I mean, she pushed more sales of that Jaclyn Roxanne in the last 2 months. I mean, there were constant sales, right? And I'm like, is she not doing very well with this whole, like, business situation? So she's preparing everybody, and what she'll say, she won't come out and say, it's financially beneficial for me to sell my businesses. I guess they weren't my legacy. She'll come out and say, I miss doing YouTube, because she already sets the precedence in here that she's so busy that she can't do other things, when all she ever does is go shopping and go out to lunch, okay? I mean, she shows it on her Instagram story. I don't know if she thinks we're all idiots. Like, if you watch her Instagram story, you can see she's not real busy, okay? She doesn't go into offices. She's not sitting down. I mean, she doesn't show any of that. She's shopping. She's getting ready. She's going kickboxing. She's, you know, she's doing spin cycles. I mean, she's not the busiest person in the world, okay? So I don't know if she's getting ready to come out and say, like, I'm so busy, so for me to make my return to TikTok and YouTube, I'm going to have to sell these businesses because, but the real reason is that they're not financially doing very well. I don't know. It seems very bizarre to me that she said that. She said, okay, then she goes in to talk about the business and that it is business. And I do not owe you explanations of what's going on behind the scenes. And I already shared with you what I thought about that, you know. And that's her way of saying, I'm just nipping this in the butt. I'm not going to address it with you. I'm not going to talk to you about what's going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics. And this is the thing. This is why her views are at 155,000, okay? Is because she had this huge group of people that were so invested in her and bought all of her products. And they bought her products because she was a family-owned business, and they believed in the story of Jaclyn Hill, right? And she got them invested, and she shared stories with them. And she named lipsticks, you know, after, you know, I think her nieces and things like that, or whatever, okay? Family members, children, and whatever. And, you know, a lipstick after her mom, and got people really pulled into the story, okay? Emotionally pulled into the story. When you look at those own people and say, it's none of your business what is going on behind the scenes, what they hear is, okay, so I have been on this journey with you for years on end, Jaclyn. I have helped you build your career. I have loved watching you. You have helped me get through a lot emotionally, and now you're telling me I don't have a right to know what's going on with the business that I have supported, because it feels very personal to those people, right? And like I said, I know there's a lot of people that are going to say it isn't any of their business, right? But there's a lot of people that emotionally, it feels like it is their business. And so at this point, what they're doing is they're like, I just can't get down with Jaclyn anymore. I'm done with it. I can't be part of this anymore, right? Okay. So then she goes on and she says, unless you work for me, you don't know. I don't care what documents you've seen, okay? Okay, whatever, Jaclyn. Then she goes on to hold up this highlighter that she's using, and she said, is the #1 seller by me that I created. Now, I have to believe that all of this stuff's going to come out in the court documents, okay? I mean, eventually, this court case is going to be closed, okay? And the truth will come out. I don't know when this court case is closed and all the truth is out and we know for a fact everything that happened and what happens further and who owns Jaclyn Cosmetics, I don't know what she will continue to say then. I mean, I don't know if, like, you know, McDonald's or Wendy's owns Jaclyn Cosmetics, if she's going to continue to sit there and say it's her brand. Like, there has to come a point, and I don't know how she's going to come out in June and say, okay, you guys, let me be honest with you. This is what's been going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? And we're going to refer back to President's Day, because this is when she knew and she lied about it. And this is what Jaclyn is known for, okay? Lying when she knew the difference and she knew the truth, okay? And then coming out later and saying, like she did in this video, people always say I'm lying. I'm not lying to you, okay? Well, what it is that you did lie to people when you knew the truth, okay? When it would have been so easy for you. And then what it is that she doesn't want to come out with the truth until she absolutely is forced to, okay? So behind the scenes, they're scrambling right now to try to figure out what they're going to do with Jaclyn Cosmetics, is what I have to believe. And that she still thinks that she's going to have some kind, it's going to look like she owns it or whatever. I have to believe that's what's going on behind the scenes, because she's unwilling to say that she doesn't own this company, okay? And we all know that she doesn't. Then she shows the Get Ready With Me robe, blah, 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 blah. Okay, then she talks about making this lash TikTok, about showing how she could do this lash TikTok about how she wears her lashes. But then she says, these are things that I could do if I didn't own 3 businesses because I'm so busy. So she owns 3 businesses, one of them being Jaclyn Cosmetics. Okay, girl. Then she talks about using the Jeffree Star lash curler. She's talking about defending Jeffree Star, and people will come for her. She's so tired of cancel culture, blah, 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 blah. She says, leave Michaela alone, that people asked her to come out and review the mascara. She's like, leave Michaela alone. I'm so tired of cancel culture. Well, you know what I'm tired of, girl? I'm tired of problematic beauty influencers making a shit ton of money that aren't accountable for their actions, continue to lie through their teeth, and don't get accountable until they're forced into a corner to absolutely have to get accountable to protect their ASS. That's what I'm tired of, okay? And we will see Michaela come out at some point, and we will see Michaela get honest, but only when it benefits her, and only when her business is going down the tank, okay? And we will see Jaclyn come out, and we will see Jaclyn get honest about Jaclyn Cosmetics and all this other kind of stuff, but only when it benefits her, and only when her business is going down the tank, which it already is, okay? Girl, you're sitting on the toilet getting ready to flush, and you don't even realize it. Do you not see that? Your business is way suffering at this point, okay? I mean, it really is. You should have invested in Poopery instead of Morphe, okay? Because I can tell you right now, the shit stinks. It just does, okay? So anyway, then she goes on to talk about how she's been doing this for 10 years. She doesn't cancel people. And I'm like, okay, well, you just canceled Michaela, or you just canceled, well, not Michaela. She's in the same boat. I think she's got investments in Michaela Nogueira. But she just, you know, canceled Kayla Nicholson, whatever. And then she goes on, and at one of the very last things she says is, you know, like, yes, it's all my brand. My brand, my brand, my brand. I can't. It's all her, it's all hers. It's all mine. It's all my brand. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.